You are listening to Studio MacGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast.
This is for you. For scaring those things away.
What is going down? What the fuck is going down? It's your boy, Studio MacGyver, and you are listening to Studio MacGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast. Welcome to the show, newcomers. If you're new to the show, I'd like to welcome you to the show. If you're into anime, if you're into video games, then you've come to the right place because we talk about all of that shit here. And let's begin the motherfucking show, guys. Now, today I'm going to talk about a few things. A couple of things I didn't get a chance to get around to, man, like I really wanted to. But the most important things I did get done, guys. And one of those being finishing Ghost of Tsushima. Got that shit finished. And I cannot wait to talk about it. Gonna get into that. Also, Xbox had their event, okay? All the shit talking, all of the smoke that Phil Spencer wanted, or he claimed he wanted out here in these digital streets, it all came to a head on that magical day. And we're going to talk about that event. And oh man, I can't wait to talk about that. And then last but not least, man, there's also, I talked a lot about this, in the last couple of weeks about, I guess, Xbox having a demo event, if you will. It actually goes by the name Summer Game Fest demo event, and where basically you had around 60 demos to play on the Xbox One. And that's the thing that I didn't get a chance to fucking get around to. There were a couple games on there that I got a taste, but other than that, man, I didn't really get a chance to because I was too busy, stuck on Ghost of Tsushima and doing some other things unrelated to that. And then, of course, if you have kids, you already know how it goes, man. Sometimes what you think you're going to do, you don't do because things happen, Keep in mind, we're stuck in the house for, 80% of the time where I am, and like I said, we're all in this house and you have to appease everybody, man. And, we had some great fun. We played a lot of fucking Overcooked 2. Really liked that game a lot, man. Really found that game to be really fun. And I found myself thinking about that game, more than a few times over the course of the last few days. Me and my son had a lot of fun playing that shit. So yeah, we played it on the Xbox One and we were just trying to find some stuff to get into together. Some other games. Next, we'll probably move on to the Nintendo Switch and jump back on those because there's so many different games there that we could play co-op and, just have a blast doing. We still haven't beat Luigi's Mansion yet. We got close, but we haven't quite finished it. So yeah, there's a couple games that we should definitely get back to and, try to go ahead and flip. We got nothing but time right now. Looks like homeschool is going to be in the foreseeable future, at least for my kids. I don't know about you guys, but that's another conversation. Anyway, I thought I'd let you guys know that. And, those games, like I said, most of them were indie games. And most of them also, let me remind you guys that these are going to be third-party games. So most of these games you see on this demo sheet when you go to look at the games or whatever, they're going to be available on cross platforms, Nintendo Switch and PS4 and PC for a lot of them as well. So, I wouldn't worry about, this is only coming to Xbox or whatever, but we're definitely going to get into some Xbox talk, man, some conversations that I want to have with you guys that are listening and all the people who are fans of Microsoft. I'm just going to have to give you the real uncut conversation that I've been saying, but now I feel I have to I can't pull any punches with this shit. I just can't. It's getting ridiculous. Okay. Now, look, before I get into all of that, let me just start off by saying, Microsoft does have something going for it at the expense, in my opinion, of its own demise. And when I say that, I'm talking about the Xbox Series X. I'm going to get into that. I promise I'm going to get into that. I really want to talk about that. But I think I want to start off the show by talking about my experience with Ghost of Tsushima. You guys heard me on the last week's podcast. If you haven't, I basically had about 15 to 20 hours of gameplay on it. And, I was just getting my beak wet. I was just trying to see how the game, played, how it ran and all of that. And I was loving every minute of it. Now, I finished the game and I'm still playing the game. I'm cleaning up everything else there's to clean up, all the other side missions and little side stories and stuff like that. I've been doing a lot of that. I finished the game, I want to say early Wednesday, late Tuesday night. Somewhere around there is when I finished it. And I was putting in work, guys. I was doing 10-hour stretches at a time on this game. I felt like I couldn't move past anything else. I couldn't, I needed to finish this game before I got to other things, because there's other things that I have to do and take care of and stuff. But I was really trying to knock that out and get that part done because, I was really trying to get it done for this podcast. And, I'm going to do a review on the channel about it. And just my, feelings about the game and stuff. I recorded a shit ton of footage and took so many screenshots. This game is so beautiful. Words can't describe how beautiful this game is, guys. My score for this game is a 10 out of 10. I think a lot of you saw that shit coming. I didn't see it coming before I played the game. From what I've seen, it looked like a solid 8. And man, I've stated that before, but after playing it, after finishing the story aspect of the game, because that's what I was really waiting on, I was like, well, I want to give it a 9.5 right now, but that's only because I don't know the story, how the story is going to turn out. And I want to say this is basically, if you guys haven't played the game, there's some light minor spoilers here. I'm not going to, just spoil the game for you guys, for those who haven't played it yet, because, the game's still fresh. A lot of people still haven't had a chance to pick it up. I will tell you guys that there are 2 separate endings. I'm not going to go into, what those endings are, but it is definitely an experience, especially if you are into, if you're into that culture, if you're into Japanese folklore, the culture, feudal Japan, samurais, ninjas, all of those things. If you're into any of that, then this is just the cherry on top. Even if you aren't into any of that, this game delivers on so many other, fronts that being a fan of what I just mentioned is only, a cherry on top. So you're not going to, you're not going to lose anything, on that aspect. All I will say is that Sucker Punch has got a fucking hit on their hands, man. And this is something that I definitely see that they can capitalize on and take into the future moving forward. And then the fact that this is a PlayStation exclusive, it only, makes it that much more of a concrete determination for me to say that it's Sony all the way. I'm a Sony team, Sony all the fucking way. Would I like to have every system? Sure. Am I still going to make that a reality? Sure I am. Eventually I plan on getting, the Xbox Series X as well. But I use that word, strongly, eventually, because it's not going to be anytime soon. And I'll definitely get to that as well. There's a lot of different reasons why. And I'm definitely going to get into that. But with this game, Ghost of Tsushima, all I can tell you, man, is you need to play it. If you have a PS4, you need to play this game. You need to put this in the library. This needs to be in the collection of, all-time games. This is my favorite. This is my favorite PlayStation game now. It basically, I can't believe it, but it dethroned God of War, and God of War is the creme de la creme to me. There's some other great ones as well. Please don't Please don't get it twisted. Games like Horizon Zero Dawn is one. The Last of Us 2 is definitely in there as well. That just came out. And I thought that game was going to be the one to win Game of the Year, or at least be a strong contender, because the only other game that hasn't come out yet that we all know has a chance to take that crown is Cyberpunk 2077. And that's the last game. But everything that I've seen and experienced up to this point, Ghost of Tsushima beats everything. Even my, current, all-time favorite PS4 game, which is God of War. Now, that's saying some shit. That's that's saying a lot, man. I know. And not by a lot, but because I really love God of War. I still love it. It's still one of my favorite games. Please don't, misunderstand me. But this game here, from everything that it brought to the table, it did so many things to me. It gave me so many feelings, the music, the soundtrack, the background, the backdrop, just the beautiful design, the culture, everything in there felt authentic. It felt real. It felt like you were just in there. You were living it yourself. Just every little thing in this world, it was beautiful. They did an excellent job, man. Some of the scenes when you're just running on your horse and you run into a field and the storm starts to linger in the sky, and it was a perfect blend. It was just beautifully dark in certain places, and others is just, you were just basically bombarded with beauty. Like, I don't even know else how to explain it, man. It's definitely experience. When I play a game like that and it does something to me, it's not to me just a game play experience. It's a journey. Experience means so much more when you're dealing with certain games, like God of War. It was an experience, man. That story, that backdrop, the whole thing, it made you feel like you were just there, especially the way that they directed it with the camera, where they placed the camera, and pretty much it was just an ongoing through and through story with Kratos. Everybody has their own little thing or things that they put into their projects or whatever. And, Sucker Punch has done an amazing job with everything about this game. From the characters, from, everybody who you come in contact with. And, it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. You really care for these characters. You really felt their pain, and you understood why they, wanted to do the things that they did. And you sympathize with them as a player and as a character in the game. Jin started off just an average character. And then as things started to happen and come undone, you start to see, where his loyalties, lied, and what happened to him, the transition that he made as a character in this game. You understand that. And, I don't fault him for that. And I'm not going to, break it all the way down, because then I'd be spoiling the story for you guys. But you definitely have to check it out. And I was pleasantly surprised, man, by the ending that I chose to take and what happened after that. But all I'm going to say is it's one that you have to put on your bucket list. It's one you have to add to the collection if you're a gamer and if you're a fan of, game collecting, if you will. I felt that, The Last of Us 2 is definitely an important game to have, for the simple fact that it is a piece of history. And, everything that controversy, wow. When it comes to controversy with this game, it has done it and done it all. Like I said, there's some who love it, there's some who hate it. It's very polarizing. And for that alone, you should own that game, to play it for yourself, to see for yourself how you feel about it. But it's a good play nonetheless. And it's still one of my favorite Sony games of all time. It's still up there, The Last of Us 2. But then you get this one a month later, you get this one. And then you're like, what the fuck? Sony, please stop. I'm bleeding. Please stop. You're killing me right now. That's how I feel right now about Sony. Their first person games, their first party games are, they're second to fucking none, man. They pretty much don't miss. On every one of their games, it's very hard for them to miss. The Spider-Mans, okay? Horizon Zero Dawn, God of War, The Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima, Days Gone. I mean, there's games, The Last Guardian. These games, this is why I had to have a Sony. This is why I had to have a PS4. And it's definitely why I have to have a PS5. Because I want to see more of these. I want to see sequels and maybe even prequels. And then I just want to see new IPs like Ghost of Tsushima. I want to see a new fucking IP. I mean, can we all say that when it comes to Microsoft? Have we gotten that? Have they delivered on that? And I'm definitely going to get into that, guys. But a quick answer would be fucking no. Okay. All I'm going to say is, look, Ghost of Tsushima is a masterpiece in my opinion. Now, everybody didn't feel that way. There are some people out there who thought it was a solid 8 or a solid 8.5. But you're going to get anywhere from an 8.5 to a 10. These are about what the scores you're getting, from Ghost of Tsushima. Okay. There's some 10s out there. There's definitely some 9s out there. Those are the ones that are floating around right now. Metacritic is around 85 right now on the game. Like I said before, guys, I'm a little bit biased because of my affinity for the Japanese culture. So, that could be part of it, but I honestly don't think so. I honestly think, to me, that, it's just a great game. And is my favorite genre of game what this represents? Yes, that is also another thing. But if I was a regular average person who just wanted to play a good game, a good experience, and I played this and I had this, I would definitely at least give it a 9. You know what I mean? Easily, for what this game is, because it makes you really want to keep playing. The combat is really addictive. It's really so addictive. It starts off slow, okay, because you have 4 stances and you only get 1 stance starting off. And it's, as you progress through the game, more opponents, start to use different weapons in different styles, which entails you have to basically use a different stance to remedy that. Now, don't get it twisted. You can use any stance you want and still kill your opponent, but it just makes it easier for you to use a certain stance for a certain opponent, a certain enemy type. And once you start learning how that works, that's when the game opens up in beautiful ways, ways that I cannot even describe. Okay. Especially when you get it in your mind and when everything starts to click and your muscle memory just is there and you find yourself seamlessly going between stances, as you see different enemies come around you, and it's just it's like beautiful poetry being written on a piece of paper. The way you kill these motherfuckers. I mean, it's beautiful. And that is so addicting. I love to go out there samurai style. I mean, I found myself doing very, very little Ghost type style of gameplay. Like me, I thought it was going to be the Ghost is how I played, but no, I fell in love with the samurai portion and the samurai way, which head first, walking into groups, walking into camps, wanting all of the smoke. And I loved it, and I invited it, and it was just so fun. And those sword fights and some of those set pieces in that game, oh my God, some of those set pieces, man, when they go into battle in the war, oh, it's so good. It is so fucking good, man. I just love this game to death. But yeah, those stances, man, I'm telling you, there's 4 different stances, and then once you unlock all 4 stances, you can even upgrade each stance up to 4 to 5 times. And then you get new abilities and you get new little caveats associated with those stances. And it's amazing. It's simply delicious. Okay. And I love it. I love it so much. And then I'm not even talking about all your tools that you get as well. All the tools from your bows, from your half bow to your long bow, 2 separate bows for 2 separate things. And then all of your gadgets, your smoke bombs, your fire arrows, your explosive devices, all of these things, your kunai, and you have that as well. So you have all these different things, man. You feel like such a badass at the end, well, really midway through the game, depending on how much you grind. And I don't even want to call it grinding, but I guess you can call it that. When the more people you kill, the more camps you get stronger, you get more things, and it makes you stronger. It opens up more stances for yourself, and then you get more access to stronger abilities and better abilities. And then, you get to run free. So I was pretty powerful, man, halfway through the game because I decided to, explore a little bit more and tackle a lot of activities and stuff in the beginning. Now you can choose to play differently if you like, but that's how I chose to play. And I still have plenty to do. Like I've already beaten the game and then some and done a lot of other side quests. And I still have a lot of things to do on this map. So I'm enjoying myself. I'm playing every day still, and I'm losing myself in the world because it's just a beautiful place. And the way that they wrote the game, it goes hand in hand with the story. So a lot of games you'll beat the game, and if you continue to play it, it'll just be like, okay, now you're just playing. But this is woven into the story. I can't explain necessarily how they do it. You'd have to see for yourself, but it's there. It's all there. A lot of my friends are playing the game too right now. I've talked to a couple of people, a couple of listeners about a couple of things here and there. But yeah, man, it's just a beautiful experience. And once you start learning how the stances work and how combos and everything works, how the fighting works, it becomes so much more because you can seamlessly weave in and out of different stances, and you can start a combo with one stance and end it on another stance. And it's just beautiful, man. I swear. The lore and everything behind it, there's nothing more I don't think I could say, honestly, about this game. The one-on-one battles, the boss fights, if you will, like those are just so good. Those are just so good. And it's so real. It's so grounded as far as, human beings. And that's how the game plays. That's how it works. It flows. And it gives itself such realism. And then you don't see that a lot in games. I like that grounded aspect of games too. In a samurai game, you think, oh, okay, he's going to be extra powerful. He's going to have all these. No, pretty much he's just a badass samurai who gets stronger over time. And mostly everything he uses is anything anybody could technically do with a blade. There's an exception. I guess you could call it that. I'm going to leave that for you guys to decide. You just have to play the game. Like I said, it's an awesome experience, man, and and I repeat, it must be experienced if you call yourself a gamer. Okay. All right. I'm going to leave it there because I think I've just went over, just basically went too far. Some might argue about my love for this game, and I'll leave it at that, man. I mean, you know how I feel about the game, guys. And a lot of you guys listening have probably already played it or are playing it right now. So you got an idea of what I'm saying, but yeah, all I'm going to say is it's great and you should play it. Moving on, guys. Nintendo. Let's talk a little bit about Nintendo real quick. Nintendo had a Nintendo Direct Mini, and I remember talking about it last week, and I remember being excited about this shit because, there was a couple of games that I really wanted to find out about. Maybe we're going to get some news from it. And sometimes Nintendo likes to just slap you in the face with, another reveal or something totally out of left field that we didn't see coming. And they didn't do that this time. Not even close, guys. It was very short. Didn't last long. I understand the name. Okay. Hence the name Nintendo Direct Mini. But, the only big announcement we got on this is an RPG, that goes by the name of Shin Megami Tensei. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's 5. It's the 5th installment. And a lot of people love this game. There's a lot of RPG fans who actually love this title. They've been down with the series or whatever, and that's all good. I never played any of the games, but hey, if you like it, I love it. That's cool. But that was pretty much all we got. We got some Cadence of Hyrule DLC announced. They talked a little bit about that. Rogue Company, we got, which is a third person shooter, and it's available. It's going to be available on Nintendo Switch, but it's a cross-platform game. So basically what that means is everybody who on pretty much any system can play on the same servers. So if you have a, Nintendo Switch, you can play people on Xbox or PS4. That server's integrated. So guess what that means for Nintendo Switch players? That means that, hey, you can actually talk to your friends. You can chat on yet another game who uses their own server. So you can actually speak to people, which still Nintendo has not conformed to, and I don't think they're planning on doing that with this system. Honestly, it's a damn shame. That's because I love the Nintendo Switch, and this is one of their weak spots right here when it comes to having friends and trying to have parties and things of that nature. Because, you know, Nintendo has a super huge fan base, and I just hate it for, you know, fans of Nintendo, me, myself included, that we don't get to experience that the same way we do with Microsoft and the same way we do with Sony, you know, because I have some really, really, really cool friends. A couple of them that I call some of my best friends now that I met online playing games on the PlayStation. Okay. So it's just, you know, I feel like I'm missing out, and I feel a lot of us are going to miss out on that because Nintendo wants to be hard headed and they don't want to conform to everybody else or whatever, because they feel that they just have to be unique in their own way. But hey, it is what it is. Anyway, we didn't get a lot of love on the Nintendo Direct Mini. We didn't get any news on No More Heroes 3, and we didn't get any on Bayonetta 3. Those are the two games that everybody was hoping and praying for some kind of announcement, and it didn't happen. And, you know, hey, that's just how it goes. That lets me know one thing. These guys are nowhere close to being done with these games. I don't see us getting those anytime soon. I think it's going to be, you know, at least 2021 before we, you know, we see any of these games, and then who knows when in 2021. Okay. I'm not going to put my money on the table if we're talking about early 2021. I'm more so mid 2021, maybe late 2021. Okay. But I wouldn't hold my breath, guys. But yeah, anything else comes up with the Nintendo, I will definitely keep you posted and let you know. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, and let's talk about this Microsoft Xbox Game Showcase of 2020. Okay. Let me just say that it didn't impress. It didn't impress me. Okay, I'll say that, because, you know, one man's trash is definitely another man's treasure. But speaking just from my personal experience, from what I witnessed, it did not impress. It just kills me that certain people talk all kinds of shit about how or what they're going to do and this and that when the time comes, and it's always the same thing, man. Phil Spencer does the same shit every fucking year. He talks cash money shit. Okay. Every fucking year before events happen, making you think, making you get some hope up in your body. And then he ends up hitting you upside your head, removing your garments, warming up butter, letting it liquefy, sticking his tip into that warm butter, and then inserting his dick in our asses. Okay? Yes, excuse the vulgarness, but I have no other way to describe it. Okay? Because some people just don't fucking understand. Some people just don't get it. And if you want to ride that ship, by all means, go ahead and do it. Okay? If you love the game, if you love the brand, if you love all of those things, who am I, of all people, to tell you what not to like or what to love? Please don't get it twisted. I'm not doing that. But I do have to say, I just don't understand, as a gamer, as somebody who loves all video games, who would love, you know, to have that game from Microsoft, or 2 or maybe 3, that I could say, man, I can't wait for this to drop. Man, I can't wait for that to come out. I can't wait to see what these guys are going to do with that next. And it hadn't happened. It has not, for me, since fucking Xbox 360. Okay. I just don't know where to turn. I don't know what to do anymore when it comes to Microsoft, because they've continuously let us all know that they are not about IPs. They're not about new IPs, man. They're simply not. That's not the direction they're trying to take. Microsoft, in my opinion, their whole take is they want everybody on that fucking Game Pass. They want everybody on that Game Pass like motherfuckers are on Netflix. Okay? Because that's basically what it is. That's why I have it. It's basically a video game version of Netflix. Okay? You get you get 100 plus games, just over 100 games to choose from. Some of them change from time to time, and you pay a set fee, $10 to $15 a month, and you get access to those games. Now, you can access them on the Xbox, you can do it on PC, and that's the beauty of it. Because if you have an Xbox One, why do you even need an Xbox One X? Because what's going to end up happening is they're killing themselves. Every time Xbox opens its mouth, it's about the Game Pass and it's about backwards compatibility. You don't see anything about new IPs. You don't see anything about new games coming to their system. Okay. And in a sense, they're kind of holding themselves back in certain ways, which they claim they're not. But if you speak to technical individuals who pretty much work in this field, they'll still tell you that anytime you try to make games for multiple systems, or you try to make different versions of the same game, your hands are tied in certain situations with making the strongest or the best game possible, because there's other constraints on the other device. So if you're making a game for the Xbox One X and the Xbox One, you're going to have some discrepancies in the report when it comes to what can we do here and what can we not do here. Okay? That's basically what I'm saying here. And if you're into backwards compatibility and all of that, hey, I mean, more power to you. If you want to play Xbox 360 games to your heart's content, or Xbox games, fine. That's fine. I'm a retro gamer in certain aspects. There are certain games and systems that I play and I love, but not to the point where I want to play all these old Xbox games and Xbox 360 games. I'm not to that point. I still want new games. I still want new IPs. I do. And most other people do as well. They want to see, change come. And Xbox is not into that. Xbox is not interested in doing that. It's painfully obvious to see that, because they showed us nothing in this event. Okay. They showed us some Halo. Okay. That's one of their staples, one of their poster boys of their franchise. And, that was to be expected. Okay. We got a little bit of some gameplay and that's it. And then people are basically complaining about the graphics, how it looks watered down. It doesn't look like an Xbox One X made the game. It looks like a current gen game right now. And to that, I say, well, if I'm going to play Halo Infinite, guess what? I'll play it on the Xbox One. Okay. I'm not going to buy an Xbox One X for what? They're not making any new IPs. They're not making any new games. Anything that they make, okay, on their system, on the Xbox One X, guess what? You can get it for the Xbox One as well. So you ask yourself this: why spend $500, $400 on this system if I'm going to get the games anyway? I'm going to go ahead and spend my $400 or $500 on a PlayStation 5 because it's a different system. And Sony's coming with the IPs. Okay. They got new shit dropping every year. Okay. Something fresh and something clean. And it's just real. And it's no lie. And I'm fucking telling the truth. Okay. Because I just got through playing back-to-backs like the championship. Okay. The Last of Us 2. And then next month, Ghost of Tsushima. So you tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong for just wanting to play games and wanting to be entertained, wanting to play new shit, wanting to be introduced to new IPs. Okay. Just tell me that. Am I wrong for that? Do I deserve that? You deserve that. We all deserve that. But if that's what you want, you're looking in the wrong place if you're thinking about Microsoft. Okay. I mean, I'm just going to leave it at that. We got a Fable trailer, a game that I loved the Fable series back in the day, all the way back on the fucking Xbox. Okay. But guess what, guys? All we got was a trailer. That game is nowhere close to being done. Nowhere close. You're not going to see that for quite some time. You're not going to see the first year. I guarantee you that. And that's my point. If you're going to buy an Xbox One X, guess what? If I get one, it'll definitely be a year from release. Easily. And it probably might be even longer than that. Until I start seeing some of these fucking IPs coming out, some of these games that I can't get anywhere else, I'm not touching it. And like I said before, depending on how I feel that day, I might just pick it up for the Xbox One. That's where I'm at, guys, with that. I'm just frustrated. I'm just a little frustrated about the situation. I really thought I was going to have my mind blown. I really thought that I was going to see something that, I was going to really, really be excited for. New IPs, maybe some gameplay, and they just didn't come with shit. They didn't. If you're smart, you go with the Game Pass and you just stick with an Xbox stick with an Xbox One, okay? And you can't go wrong. You'll get certain games for free if you have the Game Pass automatically. And when new games come out, depending on who published the game, if Microsoft publishes it, guess what? You get those day one as well. So, I mean, that's where I would stick my hat every time. Pay that $10, $15 a month and walk away. Okay? That's it. Better than spending $60, better than spending whatever else you would think you're going to spend on games or whatever. And you're good. That's what I'm doing. I mean, I initially bought it for my son, his first gaming console. Cool. We don't play a lot of Xbox, but, we play it enough, I guess, to warrant me paying that $15 a month. Just barely, just enough. Okay. And we keep it moving. With that being said, man, I mean, I don't even know what else to say. If you guys would like to, put your 2 cents on the table, man, I would love to hear from you guys. You could definitely holler at me on social media, and I would love to talk to you guys. I would love to have somebody on the show, a listener on the show eventually one day. I know a lot of my listeners are in different countries, and that's cool and that's dandy in different time zones or whatnot. But I would love to link up with somebody and discuss some of these topics, some of these fucking topics, and get into some shit. You can definitely reach me. It's very easy to do. Twitter is at StudioMcGyver. Instagram at StudioMcGyver79. You can check out the Facebook page. That's at StudioMcGyver as well. And definitely check out the YouTube channel, guys, and subscribe if you are not. If you're a listener of this show, definitely check out the YouTube channel and subscribe. It's Studio MacGyver TV. I drop 3 to 4 videos a week. So I'll keep you informed. I'll talk about different things, different discussions, all of those things, baby. And we keep it moving. Okay. There's no reason why you guys cannot get a hold of me. There's no reason you guys cannot get more of me. If you're interested in just more than the podcast, there's other avenues out there, guys. And yeah, you can definitely do that. Also, if you're into merch, if you're into, like I said, gaming and video games and merch, surrounding those themes, then you can check out Beautiful Nerds. That's www.beautifulnerds.com. Nerds is spelled Nurdz. They upgrade new stuff available every month on the site. So definitely check them out, guys, and spend a little cash with them, and you'll be looking out for me as well. So, yeah, man, that's the gist of it. As far as anime is concerned, I haven't been watching, hadn't had time to watch it. I've just been so busy, man. So many things on my plate as of late, especially when I have big games like Ghost of Tsushima. And then before that, I had The Last of Us 2. I put a lot of time into these games, man, and doing a lot of content for a lot of these things as well. So, still got a lot of work to do on Ghost of Tsushima as far as content. There's some stuff coming, in the next coming weeks. I'll definitely be having a discussion about the game, how I felt about it, and all of that coming soon. So be looking out for that. Yeah, man, that's it. Anime wise though, I definitely need to catch up on a lot of things going on. Dragon Ball manga, of course. There's a lot of shit going on there. I really want to get back into Boruto, but not anime, the manga. I need to pick up some certain manga and certain ones. But I'm just not a really big manga guy. I'm a big anime guy. But there are anime that I have, started. I'm like, 5 or 6 episodes into one that I talked about before. Not quite done. It's only 12 episodes, so I should mop that up this week. Also, Tower of God just finished up, I heard. So definitely want to crash back on that. I only watched like the first 2 episodes and then started doing some other things, and it got away from me. So I can go back there and hopefully mop that series up. So those are 2 right there that I plan on doing. And what's next? I don't know. What's next after that? I really don't. But we have a lot of anime coming out this year, guys. And I'm excited for, all of it. I'm excited for the Kimetsu no Yaiba movie. I'm excited for Fire Force Season 2, which has already started. But I haven't seen them yet because I want them to kind of stack up. That was my anime, one of my top anime of last year. And there's a lot of other ones coming out, man. I'm looking for Goblin Slayer. Looking forward to that when that's officially announced. And there's a lot of other ones. But, of course, you can't forget about Attack on Titan's final season. So there's some shit coming. There's definitely some shit coming. And I'm going to address a lot of these in due time. And then if I stumble upon any other anime that I really like, I will definitely let you guys know. And I'm going to start doing videos on those too more often. I've already got one, should be coming out pretty soon. In particular, where I basically talk about one of my favorite anime, which is Chivalry of a Failed Knight. It was one that caught me off guard. I talked about it on the show before. A lot of people love that anime. If you haven't experienced that one and you're looking for something short and sweet, definitely check that one out. It is a fucking must watch, and it's just a great anime. So with that being said, guys, man, I'm going to get my ass up out of here. It's been a long fucking night. I still have a lot of work to do, and I'm going to get this done, chopped up, edited for you guys. It's going to come out a little bit later. I apologize in advance. I usually have my shit pretty much up and running about 3 to 4 in the morning. But everybody's sleeping patterns changing around here, man. When you have a 7-year-old who won't go to sleep until fucking 5, 6, 7 in the morning, you have to play around it. So with that being said, now I'm getting up out of here. I want to thank everybody for listening to the show, for streaming the show, for everybody who's been down from day one. I love you guys dearly. I couldn't do this shit without you guys, and I'm going to keep on doing it. And yeah. This is Studio MacGyver. You've been listening to Studio MacGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast. See you next time.